All right, everybody, welcome back to Nickky Bobby Inc. If you watched our last couple of videos, you saw we got to go pro mod racing. You may have also sold that the car got sold. You may have also saw that the car got sold, which is okay. We're moving on to different things, but we are back after the snowbirds and after PRI. We spent a whole week, over a week, going racing, and then over another week going to PRI. So we're finally back home. Feels like we've been gone for a month because we basically have, but we're back in the swing of things. Mumu's getting one of two housings welded up. He's got the other one on our fixture here on our new strong hand tools fixture swiveling power up and down table. You may have saw my reel that I posted about it. This was my first ever trade show purchase. I bought that at SEMA and it literally delivered like 4 days later. We've got a whole bunch of other stuff from Strong Hand that we ordered. So hopefully, I paid for all this stuff, obviously, but we would love to actually work with them in the future, maybe getting some of their other tools. They have a lot of really cool stuff that I'd love to try out or even help just kind of promote. But this thing right here is, I think, one of the best investments we've made, besides like the laser and all the other investments. But I can't say that, actually. I don't think it's fair to say it's the best investment we've made, but I think it is a very, very good investment because it makes Moo's life a lot easier. He actually didn't like it at first.
It was just new.
He just had to get used to it. Now he's like, I love this thing. It's great.
Yeah.
It works really well. The only thing that I would complain about are the wheels.
Yeah, they're on this side.
The wheels being too close to the
Stops.
to the support casters or whatever you want to call them.
These are right here. These.
When you try to turn, they hit these.
That and it stops.
So it kind of makes it hard. You have to run the things all the way up if you want to move it around. You got to run these things all the way up or they'll hit. But other than that, it's great. We actually have a new welder. We got a new Alpha TIG back there that we haven't unboxed yet, but we bought an Amazon water-cooled chiller and a water-cooled torch and got our existing Alpha TIG set up with water-cooled deal. It actually had two fans go out and kept kicking off on a high overload. So we fixed that. Moo fixed that. Him and Court tore it apart. We ordered the fans, put it back together, and it works now. So now we've got the water cooled set up. Welding the rear end housings at high amperages, everything got too hot. Obviously, everybody knows if you're going to be welding production, you need water cooled stuff. And we've got more stuff. Shout out to Hyperlight. They sent us this fancy Nickky Bobby Inc. neon sign for basically working together with them and all of our shop lights and everything in there. But yeah, they sent us this awesome light. So I'm trying to figure out a way to hang it up. I want to hang it in the center of these windows, but as you can see, you can't really hang it in the center because we've got an equal number of windows. We don't technically have a center window. So either way. Well, we could just order some.
I'm just saying the other logo would be cool. Just so they're
Yeah,
all the same.
I really like that logo though.
That thing's
That looks like an old movie theater, skate park, drive-in, whatever.
retro neon.
But all of that is actually besides the point because, as you guys know, I'm going big block in Uncle Sam, and we actually just got our Summit motor here, our Summit block, which.
They saw a video too.
Well, I don't know if I put that in the YouTube video yet. We have our new Summit Performance and Competition SPC block. We have that here now. It is a beautiful block. That thing is, I'm going to start accumulating parts for that. I have to order a crank and basically a rotating assembly. They already gave me the heads and intake and stuff like that. I'll be getting the cam from Iski, but that thing's going to get ready. It's going to go to the machine shop and it's going to get built. It is no longer going to be going in Uncle Sam, which totally fine with them. They don't care. It's going to be going in the Chevelle because the Chevelle is currently up in the air. It's getting scanned and it's going to be getting mini tubbed, frame notched, and it's going to be getting Uncle Sam's small tires. So it's going to have a 14-inch wide wheel in the back. It's going to look great, but it's going to get that motor plus a turbo. It's already got EFI on it. It's going to get a lot of what?
Maybe some more bolt-in stuff that you can buy.
Well, that's what I'm just getting ready to say. It's getting scanned right now, and we scanned the whole underside of this thing. which all of our scans that I have now are going on our site. Karina's been working on that for about a month now. They're all going to be on the site for you guys to purchase. Obviously, you can't resell them, but you can buy the STL files, you can buy the scans, you can design your own parts, do whatever you want to do. So all of this library of scans I'm building up will be available to you guys. They're not going to be stupid expensive, but it'll help me recoup some of my time and labor that I have invested in the scanners and really just the scanning process. But this Chevelle, we're working on upper torque box. So it's a whole assembly that bolts in for the upper torque boxes. It gives you, I think, 6 or 8 adjustments. It's going to shorten your upper bar. It's going to give you angle adjustments, and it's going to be a whole upper torque box brace assembly, which will be modular to work with a underbody brace assembly that you could bolt on lower torque boxes also. So you're basically going to have, it's kind of like putting Marty boxes in a Fox body, except this will be bolt in. You're not going to have to cut a bunch of stuff out. You're not going to have to pull the body off the frame. You're not going to have to cut your frame. You're literally going to bolt it in. Maybe you'll have to drill a couple holes or just weld it in if you want, kind of like the S10 kit. It's going to be super awesome. Now, man, that was a mouthful. But on to the bigger part. Yeah, I saw that. On to the bigger part of the video. We've got a lot going on here, and we're just trying to keep up, and it's so awesome. But I sold the drivetrain, the hot side, the cold side, the turbos. The obviously drivetrain includes the converter and transmission and the motor, basically everything out of Uncle Sam. And he's just sitting here, bare as can be. Court spent a better part of a week and a half just completely tearing down Uncle Sam, cleaning him, pulling everything off. About 10,000 zip ties, you think, Court?
200 or 300 probably.
200 or 300 zip ties. We had a whole trash can full of zip ties, but Uncle Sam is a bare chassis now. We've got the floater out of it. We're gonna scan this floater. I've got new TBM floater and Mark Williams floater brake and floater assembly in the other room actually. So I'll be designing a new floater rear end housing for Uncle Sam, so that way Moo can build me a housing and we can have NBI housing under it with new TBM stuff, because right now it's all, I mean, it's Mark Williams anyways, so TBM, Mark Williams, they're technically the same company now. But here is the big, I don't even know what you want. It looks like an elephant in a room that nobody is, you haven't seen this yet, but it's freaking awesome. So here it is.
Me!
Moo, he is an elephant in the room. Actually, it's this.
That big old man pajama.
Look at that. Was originally a Proline motor, but it is a 5-inch bore space, all aluminum, Brodex block, Brodex heads. Big, big motor. It's bigger than I want, but the deal was right. It is. We'll just let everybody guess the cubic inch, because I bet they won't even come close to what it actually is. This was in Eric Horvath's Pro Mod. Then a guy named Chris Sampson bought it. And I posted I was looking for a boost ready big block, because we actually didn't think the Summit block was going to get here. They were having some communication, just like there was some miscommunication between somebody I talked to and I guess the foundry in Germany, and they basically told me I wasn't going to have my block anytime soon. So I started looking for other avenues just to get Uncle Sam going. And this guy's wife actually messaged me, said, hey, my husband's selling his 5-inch bore space motor. I'm like, I don't need that. Why would I want a 5-inch bore space motor? I don't want that. But reluctantly, for some reason, I messaged him, and he's like, oh yeah, it's dry decked, but dry decked heads, dry decked block, but it still has coolant that runs through the block all the way back to a little port way in the back of the block in the head. So it's away from all the cylinders, but it goes up into the head and through the front of the head. So technically, if you want to argue with me, you could say it's not dry decked, but it is definitely dry decked. But it's kind of like a perfect motor, I think, for drag and drive, other than the parts availability for this may be a little more skewed than a regular big block Chevy, but also if you went with a billet motor or something crazy anyways, you're running into the same thing. And also this came with a slew of spare parts. So,
And if we keep up on it and do what we need to and not wring its neck out like he did the LS,
yep,
it should stay together fairly
Well, yeah, this motor should make, like, if I was told from Proline, if you keep this motor cool and keep the oil clean, you can make 3,500 horsepower all day and never even break a sweat.
So this on 10 pounds will make what the LS did on all the pounds.
Maybe. I don't know yet. I mean, it should technically. 10 pounds through this motor is a lot of air because this motor is way bigger than the LS2. So I don't even know how to even compare them.
True.
Either way, this is a huge cubic inch, bigger than I want, but I can change that later on down the road as long as I don't hurt it. But this motor and Eric's Pro Mod already went at 2,800 pounds, 609 at 242 miles an hour. So if I could run half that boost and go like a, mid sixes for now, I'd definitely be okay. But this is, yeah, I say that until I'm like, oh, let's turn her up. I want to get back in the sixes. We were there with that motor. I just had problems, whatever. But there's just so much that needs done to Uncle Sam that I've looked over just trying to go racing again, and I don't want to look over that anymore. So completely tearing this thing apart. These bars getting cut out. These bars are getting cut out. Pretty much that bar, all these bars are getting cut out. It's gonna get double frame rail. Probably all that's coming out, all that wiring's coming out. They're gonna make myself my own seat and then have DSP pour me a seat. And you already see our finger marks, so a lot of this is gonna get cut out because that motor is like twice the size of the LS, so it's gonna sit up way higher. Crank center line's still gonna be the same. Tranny's staying in the same spot. But I did work out a deal. No. Worked out a deal, bought a motor and a trans together. The motor was gonna go for this Malibu, but now this Malibu is getting sold. So now the motor is getting sold, or maybe even traded this weekend, I don't know. But if anybody's looking for a Boost Ready 540, short deck, aluminum rods, roller cam, Jessel, everything, dart block, dart CNC 355 heads, it's for sale.
Very clean.
Or if anybody wants a very, very clean nitrous Malibu.
Not clean right now.
Well, that's why we got the cover on it, because it got really dusty in here. This thing has a super fancy paint job, super fancy wiring job. Well, it's not a paint job, it's a wrap, but a really nice dash. This car has already been very fast. It was a nitrous car.
This is a nice
6.0 cert, 25.3 deal, adjustable everything. This car is also for sale. 25.3, well, this is 6.0 cert, this is 650 cert. This car actually went really fast before it got tore apart, and then we bought it from the guy it got tore apart from, and we put a big block, Tom put a big block of Turbo 400 in it. I did the turbo kit, the hot and cold side. Tom down at Lucky 8 did the wiring and plumbing. So this thing now runs, sounds amazing, builds boost. It's got twin 88s from Force Performance on it. Technically, this is close to the same setup that was in the car that went 411. So this car's for sale. If you want to buy this car, you can buy that too. But either way, when I bought that motor, I got this bad boy. So this is a M&M Turbo 400 close ratio deal with dump valves, big input shaft. So this should work perfectly for what I'm doing. If I built the transmission specifically for my car, this wouldn't be exactly what it is. But when the deal's right, the deal's right. You know, the gears and all that other stuff. I didn't get to custom build this, but when you're like me and you got to parlay your stash and wheel and deal, you got to settle for what you can get at the time. So that's what we got. That's what's going behind our new big block. And Uncle Sam's going under the knife. As you can see, Court already tore it all apart. And I've been dying to cut into this and just start doing stuff, but we've been so busy in the shop. Eddie's car, Moo-Moo's been killing it on Eddie's car. We've got all the tanks in the trunk mounted. Everything's mounted, the battery's mounted. Moo-Moo got the dash mounted. He's got the plates welded in, the dash is mounted, the dash is it fits great. He's got the seat mounted. There's a lot of stuff out of it right now, but the center console is up there. It is fit, it is not mounted yet. He's got the brakes, the front brakes ran. He got both the pedal assemblies. He got the shifter mounted. Got the shifter mounted. He got the brake and gas pedal assembly. Got the hot and the cold side finished. Got the gas pedal and the brake pedal set up. So Eddie's car's rocking and rolling. He's been working on that. Yeah, so we've been really busy, but now that I've shot my update video, I can finally tear into it. Court's got all of this stuff torn apart, organized, not cleaned. We specifically told not to clean it. But it is tore apart and it's ready to go. Look at the size difference. This guy versus that guy. This is you versus the guy she told you not to worry about. Court's happy we're going big block.
Yes.
Look at these though. This thing, the Chevelle is gonna look so good with that deep of a wheel on it. That's how much extension we're gonna set it up for too. It's gonna be a radial car. Either way, super excited. Got the intake, literally got the intake, the dry sump set up, the crank trigger, the cam sync, the belt, the freaking fuel pump mount, all the goods. Bought it all together along with the spares. Came with headers, so it still cost me money. It's not a direct swap out, especially with having to do the other transmission and all that. But we're working on it. We're trying to work deals here and there so that way we can build Uncle Sam up and not spend $100,000, because if you bought this motor new and bought that transmission back there new and then had all this work done, you would definitely probably be spending more than $100,000. So I can't do that. I physically have never even had that much money. So we're doing it all ourselves. We're going to be working hard. We're going to get to work on this thing. And now that I shot my update video and told you guys this big secret we had sitting here on the floor, I can start cutting. We can turn the music back on. Court can clean up his mess. He's leaving to go buy Christmas presents, and Moo can get back to welding on these things. And yeah, we've got a 4-link kit going out, 4-link kit going out. We've got another 4-link kit going out. We've got leaf spring brackets on deck. We've got shock bar assembly, shock bar assembly, cross brace, upper torque boxes. We've got everything. We're finally building an inventory. We're starting to use our crates. We just decided today we're finally going to use them. I'm making some different back braces for the S10 triangulated Fab 9 4-links, because where these rear ends, where the anti-roll bar is going to go straight up, it would basically run into the back brace. And everything I have for the S10 is made off of the anti-roll bar mounting here. The links going up where they go, because the shock bar assembly, everything's mounted like that. So I'm just notching the back brace to accommodate that. So yeah, thanks for checking in. We're gonna get to work, and not the end of the video, but I'm gonna get to work now that I did my update video. Also, check out this badass Cornwell tools box that Peak Performance, not just Peak Antifreeze, they're Peak everything now, but they got me, Alex, and Dennis our own boxes for a wedding present. So they even sent us custom magnets, and I filled it up with tools. Karina went and got me a bunch of tools. She bought this whole kit that was on sale, so we filled it up with tools. And this is the first, I can't say first, this is the second new toolbox that I've ever had, but definitely the nicest. We've got power drawer with tons of storage. Everything locks, it rolls around great, and it's just all around, this thing's freaking huge. So super excited about that. We've got tons of new stuff. I feel like we've already had Christmas here basically. Now we're just waiting for the real Christmas. But we're busy. Business is busy. Business has picked back up, which makes me happy. And we've been focusing a lot more on the marketing side since the wedding's done, because I was all focused on that until it happened. And Karina's been killing it on the marketing stuff and updating the website. Court's been killing it on holding down the shop while we're gone racing or PRI or whatever. Moo's been doing any and everything that he can. He's been killing on the rear ends. So we're all finding our place and settling into I guess you could say not a routine, but just getting in our groove. And
back in the groove.
We never really had a groove, so we're still carving out our groove, but we're doing great. Things are good, and I'm excited to get to work on Uncle Sam. Okay, so last night I started cutting and cutting some more and cutting some more, and I ended up cutting a lot, and I'm getting ready to cut even more, but we've got good news. The motor fits. I'm gonna have to redo a little bit of the cowl area and the firewall. The headers literally fit perfect. I mean, it's almost like they were built for this car. It's a beautiful thing when something like this fits. I mean, that just saved me a week of work right there. So I'm getting ready to cut out these diagonal bars here because they're going to be in the way of these big boys. This is a Force Performance 98 GT55. This is my Force Performance 82, or 80 actually. It's an 8082. But we just did a comparison. Here, you want to hold this? Yep. Right off the rip, I'm gaining, because this turbo is only 32 pounds now. And this one is 58, so we're gaining 26 pounds. I'm gaining over 50 pounds on the nose of the car right off the rip. So that's why I'm going to do everything I can to keep everything out of the car while we're racing. The cooling system, the charging system, everything's coming out of the car when we're racing to keep as much weight out of it and off the nose as possible, because this motor is a lot bigger. We're gonna actually, when I pull this thing out, I have to redo the mid plate because the motor is, I don't know how it's happened, but when I was redoing everything, it was when I was moving and everything like that, so who knows where my frame of mind was, but the mid plate is off a ½ inch, which we had some issues with getting the transmission lined up before, so it makes sense. The motor should be centered and it's not. I don't know how I screwed that up and how I never noticed it, but I'm gonna redo the mid plate, move it over a ½ inch, because right now the motor doesn't actually fit because the back of this pan hits the frame rail down there. So moving over a ½ inch, we'll center it in the frame rail, center it with the car, make everything fit. And I needed to redo the mid plate anyways because it's bent really bad. So we're gonna pull that back out anyways, and we're gonna weigh this motor versus the LS, because the LS, that is like the heaviest version of an LS you could possibly get. It's a DAR LS Next SHP block, whatever. I think they only weigh 20 to 40 pounds less than an aftermarket cast big block iron block. So they're super heavy. I'm hoping this is maybe, and I know there's a lot more mass there, but I'm hoping this is kind of the same weight, maybe, because this motor does not feel that heavy. So I'm gonna hope it's near the same weight, so that way we may gain 50 pounds, but by taking everything else out of the front, we can lose that and keep the car. I wanna keep the car at 2,700 pounds, that's my goal. 2,700 pounds race weight, I think that's doable. I just have to keep track of stuff as I go, because everything I'm doing is bigger, heavier. The Turbo 400 is heavier than the Power Glide. Like, everything I'm doing is adding weight to the car, so I need to take it away somewhere else. So that's kind of what we're doing now. We're weighing everything, just kind of comparing and contrasting. He just went and got this. This is the Land Speed Car turbo, but it's the same turbos I'm going to be running on here. So he went and got a Land Speed Car. When I say he, I mean Court. And we're going to cut these bars out now and kind of see where this is going to fit. I'm going to take the springs out of these so that we can jack these up at ride height and turn the wheel and see how much room we have to work with. So we're going to get back to work. All right, so where we left off yesterday was I was going to test fit this turbo. We had just weighed it, and I took my spring out so we would get the ride height correct, but that's pretty much where it ended yesterday. Because, like I said, this motor I had for sale back here, some guy, he messaged me a few days ago and wanted to trade a Monte Carlo. Now, it's a really, really nice Monte Carlo, and he brought it to me yesterday, and we traded. And this car is literally the nicest Monte Carlo. It's the nicest G-body I've ever driven in my life. It's the smoothest riding, cleanest, just, I really don't want to get rid of it now, and that's the problem. That's why I didn't even want to trade in the first place, because I fall in love with cars, just like most of us. We fall in love with cars, and that's why we spend all our money on them. But I'm going to show this to you because this car is amazing. I'm going to take a pause from working on Uncle Sam today because we're going testing at a track about 45 minutes from here. Alex is testing her 55 to get ready for sick week, and she wanted to make some changes, or Dennis wanted to make some changes to the car, and they wanted to see what those changes would do before we hauled the thing down to Florida. Everybody here is kind of sick with the PRI flu. If you've ever been to PRI, you know how that goes, because every time you leave PRI, you get sick. And all of us, when I say all of us, I mean really just me and Alex right now have that. But either way, we're pushing through. Uncle Sam, like I said, we're done for Uncle Sam for the day, and I'm going to drink my vitamin C water. I already took my Zycam, and I'm going to show you this beautiful machine we have outside. Once again, that beautiful machine is for sale. But get ready. No, not that beautiful machine. That beautiful machine. Look at that thing. All original paint, all original trim, 1985. Got the rallies on it, got the pipes out back, come on. Look at this interior. The guy that owned it, Cameron, he did 6 Smokies with it. And it's literally exactly how it came from 6 Smokies. So it is a little bit dirty, but that's nothing a little vacuuming can't clean up. Look at this interior. Look at the headliner. The seats are immaculate, still super comfy, not dry and cracked or anything. It's got all Dakota digital gauges, Holley Terminator EFI, original stereo. This thing starts right up. Let me fire it up for you. And it sounds good too. The heat and AC both work. Look at this door shut. The weather stripping's still so tight. Just, I can't believe that I'm driving a car that's nice. It's got a TKX 5-speed, cammed 5.3 with a BTR cam, Holley Terminator X, cruise control, AC, heat, defrost. I mean, it's got 1 chip here, and I think it's got a few chips on the hood. Just normal wear and tear for 40-year-old paint. And I think right here is the only other bad spot in the paint. But other than that, all the original trim, the chrome, everything's on. Let me pop the hood for you. Look at these windows. Yeah, boy. Look at that. Brand new air conditioning, dual really big Doral fans, really big aluminum radiator, power brakes, power steering. Honestly, this car will spoil you to no end, and you'll never want a race car again, because I already don't want to get rid of it, even though I need to sell this thing and spend the money on my race car. I really want to. It really makes me think of maybe selling the Chevelle and keeping this bad boy. I've already got the Chevelle scanned, so I'm thinking I could take this thing, scan a bunch of parts, design a bunch of stuff for it, because we already make a bunch of G-body stuff. But I don't know yet. Depends on what somebody will offer me. It's gonna be a lot because I don't want to get rid of this thing. And I'm not even that big of a Monte Carlo fan, but man, a nice G-body with fresh factory interior, I don't know how you can beat it. So I'm gonna take it with me today. I'm gonna drive it out to the racetrack. I'm gonna put some laps on it just to have some fun with it. I'm going to bring it back here, and like I said, I'm gonna try to scan it, make some content with it, and if we end up keeping it, so be it. But if we end up selling it, if somebody wants that thing bad enough, it'll probably be gone, because we got a race car to finish, and it ain't gonna pay for itself, boys. I'm gonna lock up shop and head to Dennis's shop. He needs some help, I think, loading a spare transmission. So I'm gonna go over there and help Dennis real quick, and then we're gonna head out to the racetrack. So you guys can follow along with us and take a ride in the new Blob Carlo. That's what I'm calling it, because it's Monte Carlo. I call it the Blob Carlo. All right, come on. All right, we're getting ready for our test day. Don't mind me using this huge trunk for cool drinks. And look at this. Factory jack and spare. This thing's awesome. Oh. Shimmy her around. There we go. Perfect. Let's go. Don't mind if I set the cruise control. Look at that, no foot on the gas. Just cruising. This thing's so quiet inside. We took this thing to our local, I won't even say bar, it's our local restaurant, but it's also a bar. Last night we had me, Alex, Moo, Maddie, and Meg all in this car, and with the windows up, just cruising. You could literally have a conversation the whole time. I mean, you hear how quiet it is, and look at all that room. All 5 of us fit in here just fine. I mean, it wasn't like super spacious, but it was freaking awesome. I said, driving this thing reminds me, the song I hear when driving this thing is hanging out down the street. You know the song from that 70s show? I know I'm not that good of a singer, but it fits, all right? Good old Centerville. This is actually only my 3rd time being to this track. The first time I came here, I brought Uncle Sam and oiled the track down on the first pass, and then spun, and then lost a spring and almost wrecked my car for the 2nd time. Then I came here with Alex to test them. She brought the Savoy here, and now we're here to run the 55. I was just telling Dennis how I really don't want to get rid of this car. He's trying to convince me to put the skinny rally wheels in the front, some wider wheels in the back, and then give it a little more rake, lower it. So this right here used to actually be the racetrack. This pit road we're coming in on was the racetrack, and Dennis literally has a picture of him and his Nova here 40 years ago, and he's literally down here. You'll see a concrete pad, and he's the picture is of his Nova wheels up on this concrete pad. Trying to get him to let us put on a race here on the old racetrack, because they've got a new racetrack over there, but this is where I want to race. Look at this. Look how smooth the asphalt is. Right up here is where this is the old launch pad. Here, this is the old racetrack actually. Old Ray Ray's here. Oh my gosh, is that Meg Taylor 30 under 30? Wow.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Can I have your autograph?
What year?
What?
You don't even know what year. I got this like 10 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I was 16.
So you're 40 now?
Yeah.
Hey, Ray Ray looks cold. Ray Ray looks cold. If you didn't know, you'd think Ray Ray's got some meat on his bones, but he's actually a toothpick.
That's why he looks like that.
Oh, baby. There she is. Yeah, so by a show of hands, who wants Ray Ray to make a pass in Goldilocks?
I saw Nick and Drew.
Yeah. Sonny, raise your hands, both of them. Oh, you're outnumbered. 17-1, you got to make a pass. Okay.
Oh.
He's trying not to be on video. He's being all... Well, you have to make one too. Everybody has to make one.
Earlier I said we need to make Sonny make a pass in the clip.
Everybody's got to make a pass in it.
I got it.
As long as Eric doesn't break it.
I'm not going to break it. I'm not going to get in.
Oh, why?
Oh, no, I don't want to break your new car.
It's okay. It's not mine yet. I haven't switched title over.
Oh, even better.
It's still got insurance. It's still got insurance on it too. Just take it out on the road and be like, hey, it broke out here.
I don't know what happened. You drag it out in the ditch.
I got it right here. Iski. Dennis is Iski. You think we like Iski?
No. I kind of like it. I got myself.
You are Iski.
Promoting.
Look at these dogs. What is this thing over here? Did you just wake up? Did we wake you up because we're going up? Look at that bow tie. Oh, baby. Look at that thing. Oh. Red?
109.
Oh, that's good. Nice.
All right, we didn't get to make a pass in the Monte Carlo at Centerville because we ended up having to pull the transmission out of Alex's car. That's a long story long, but you'll see that in her YouTube video. But we did end up naming the car. Oh man, I don't know if that's gonna work. I didn't think about that. We might have to scoot or raise the pallet up. Either way, we didn't get a pass in. We named it Twix, but now we've been calling it Twixie, and now I just keep calling it Trixie. So the Monte Carlo's name is Trixie. Moo got to drive it a little bit. Court hasn't got to drive it yet. Sunshine got to drive it earlier today. Moo only did a pass around the block, but he did get sideways. We had decided to sell it. Every other second I decide to sell it, then I decide to keep it. So we don't really know what we're doing with it yet. We need to sell it because I found a mandrel bender on Facebook Marketplace that I want. I almost said YouTube Marketplace. But right now, we're back at the shop. The girls are wedding dress shopping for Moo's fiance, which her name's Maddie. So Sunshine's in town. He was in town for Christmas. And it is like 85 degrees outside right now somehow. So we went cruising today. We put some antifreeze in Frank, our backhoe, because it's going to get freezing later this week. And we decided to come to the shop and we're going to weigh the old LS motor. And then we're going to weigh the new big motor, big boy right there. And then you guys already saw earlier that this turbo is 25 pounds heavier than my old turbo. So Robert from Force Performance says we're going to put some tile V-band housings on it, and he's going to make me a billet center section style turbo. I don't know when they'll be done, but I'll run those if I have to for now and then swap out the new ones when they get here. Either way, we're going to weigh this stuff and see what it weighs. What is your guess on what this thing weighs? Oh, look, Moo got his Christmas presents on.
Yes, sir.
Meta AI glasses. He
Meta.
actually made the voice in there sound like my voice, so that way when he asks something, it's me yelling at him like usual.
If you want the honest opinion, it's actually John Cena right now. I'm not even lying, it's John Cena.
Moo's got John Cena voice in his Meta AI glasses.
John Cena last night.
Stupid.
But watch, ready? Meta record.
Is it recording? I don't see a light.
Record.
Good job. Oh, there it goes. I saw a flashlight.
I saw my light in here.
So what is your guess on what this is? A Dart LS Next SHP Pro block. What is your guess on what this whole setup weighs?
To be honest, I
think just the block itself is like, I'm probably wrong, but I think around 240 pounds. Just the block itself. Then you got crank, heads, pistons, rods.
420.
Of course, you'd pick 420.
That's what I'm guessing. 420.
Okay, 420.
430.
Court, what's your guess?
625.
625. Okay. Shoe shine?
I was gonna say about 560, 575.
560, 575, 620.
Yep.
420, 620, 575. I'm gonna say, you just gotta get it right in the center. We need to just. Why don't we just?
One on each. Do we have 4 of them?
No, I don't think we have 4. Unless you get
We should have 4. There's probably one more over here.
If it is, I think something's sitting on it. We do have one on each corner.
Free falling. Oh no, that's not it.
It's over there.
Oh well.
I don't think we have one.
Well, why don't we just put one? Why don't we just use 3 of them then, or scoot 2 of them together over here? That way we're not right on the edge. I don't want to break the scales.
Well, I don't even know if the scales will read like that, will it?
I mean, technically they should, but oh, he's got another one. He found another one. Yay, Court. This is a whole process. Oh my gosh.
Right here for you, bud.
That shit hurt. That was a big ass splinter.
Flip these over. Flat side on them. All right, 420, 620, 575. 240. I'm gonna go with 515.
515?
515.
I think I'm a little low with 420. I might go more like the 485-ish.
I like that. That feels more sturdy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go more after the 4.
Okay, let me zero these.
Will this even go out here now?
Is that still gonna fit underneath that panel?
I don't know. No. No?
What? It should.
It might slide through though.
We're kind of sideways here. We can go like this.
Yeah, there you go. That'll give you another 2 inches.
Get a little extra. We'll figure it out at some point today.
Yep, we're gonna get there
We'll figure
sooner
it
or
out.
later. You guys are doing great. You're doing great, sweetie.
Now you're good.
All right.
Alright.
Here, swing it. That changed nothing. Okay, that should be centered.
Close enough.
Oh, hold on. This one says lost. Wait, let me re-zero everything.
Might have to turn it back on or turn it off again.
One of them,
Which one?
right front.
Right front?
Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta figure right front right here. Hold on.
Over here, over here.
Okay.
It wasn't
It
even
was
on.
off.
Yeah, it wasn't even on. To be honest, we need to get a pair
All
of
right,
these
we're all zeroed.
so we can give these back to Ray Ray.
We don't need to give them back to Ray Ray. We just keep them.
I tried, Ray.
What do you guys think?
485.
I'm riding with mine.
It's heavy.
Is everybody? Are you on it?
Nope,
No,
that's it.
I'm
That's
touching
it.
it. I ain't on mine.
510. I won. I said 515, didn't I? Or 520?
514, what you said.
Okay, let's so that's 5. It was 513 or 512. Cuz you already jacked up on it a little bit, didn't you?
You're off now.
512, 511.
511. Man, we got a lot of front bias. Jeez. Jeez.
Throw some weight in this girl.
All right, lift that one up. 512. We'll be back in a second.
Now we gotta get these.
All right, got the big motor here. What do you think? What's your guess on this one, Mister? Are you still recording?
I think so.
I forgot all about that.
My light on?
No,
No, maybe not. I don't know.
they're dead. What is your guess on this one?
I'm gonna say 625.
600. 580.
I'm gonna say 540.
540?
540.
What cubic inch she is? 540?
No, 670.
Yeah, scale's still on.
Yeah, let me zero.
Bring her on in.
All right, we're zeroed.
Bring her on in, Johnny. Come on. Okay. Go in. Can go into the
Oh, moving scales.
Sorry.
Hold on. Let me make sure. No, we move the scales. So I got 0. Okay.
On that middle. You're off. You're off. It's actually not bad.
587.
580.
So you're right. Court won that one.
580.
587. So we're 70.
60-ish pounds. Yeah, 70.
We're 70 pounds heavier. 75 pounds heavier.
75, yep.
Okay, so that's not bad.
That's not bad at all, actually.
That's not bad. If I'm only 75 pounds heavier here, but I race without my cooling system and charging system, I think I'm going to be the same weight that I was with the LS.
I mean, even for going to that with the power and 75 pounds is not.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which the car was very nose light anyways, so With how high this thing is in there, I'm not really worried about it being 75 pounds heavier on the
I
nose.
don't think it's gonna hurt you any.
I think I'm taking a lot of weight out other places with making the front subframe take out with all the coolers and stuff. So I'm guessing I'm still going to be around 27. I'm going to try to be 2,700 pounds race weight.
Well, we're gonna add probably 30, 50 pounds in bars.
What?
You gotta cut out and add bars.
I know, but we're cutting bars out and then adding bars back. I don't think there's going to be that. We might add maybe 10 pounds in bars. Bars don't weigh that much.
True, I guess we're not really putting that many in there, I guess.
Either way, with racing without the cooling system, I'm losing a bunch of weight anyway. So I think race weight, I'm going to be, I think around, because I was 2675 before. That was with cooling system, charging system, everything.
Maybe 2750.
Well, if I take the cooling system and charging system out,
Well, yeah.
that water is 8 pounds a gallon, and it probably had 3 gallons in it. So that's 30 or 40 pounds plus oil cooler. Or no, I didn't have an oil cooler, but the alternator is probably 10 pounds. And then trans cooler is another 10 pounds.
Yeah, but we really need to leave the trans cooler on it.
No, not for racing. It's going to be a pit cooler. I'll plug it in between rounds. I don't need it on while I'm running. That's not as bad as I thought.
No, that's better. That's better than what I thought. Yes.
For a big motor. That's a big intake too.
And a lot more power.
Yep.
All motor.
All right, now we got to take this thing out. This mid plate.
Messed up.
No, I told you I got to move it over a half inch.
Well, you need to make a new plate anyway, so that
That's what I'm saying. I got to take that thing out and cut a new 1.5 inch to the right. Yep.
Like that. Is that bolt pattern the same?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Everything's the same. Chevy bolt pattern.
I didn't know from
Chevy.
small block to big block, I guess, but that's cool.
No, that's why 400 or glide bolts up to anything.
Yeah, true. Very true, actually.
Any Chevy motor, at least. All right, that's it for this video.
I used to the big block.